You guys really need to learn how to believe in yourself. So I'm hearing a lot of players talk about quitting, about putting their guitar away for good, or taking a long break or whatever, hiatus, yada yada. And it's a really heartbreaking mindset to have because you're basically putting your dreams away in a closet and just assuming that you're going to get the motivation again another day. And that's the thing that we need to talk about is a lot of people, they give up before they even start trying. You got to conquer the battle before you enter the battle. It's almost like you're battling your own mind, and most things in life are like that, where you don't have that motivation to get out of bed. You don't have that motivation to go to the gym, or you don't have that motivation to pick up the instrument or go to that band rehearsal audition or something like that. You guys really, really need to get over here, because this is your biggest enemy. You need to believe in yourself and trust the process when playing an instrument. This is a long-term, lifelong instrument. It's not going to take a week, a month, 10 years. It's going to take your whole life. But your mindset is perhaps one of the biggest battles when you are learning an instrument, especially on the guitar when we have so much competition going around and the music industry is at a huge decline in terms of revenue and stuff like that. So the first mistake that I'm noticing a lot is people comparing themselves to other players, specifically players on like Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that. So there is a really good thing to learn from these players that are great, but you also need to understand that these players, they were once in the same position that you're in right now. They once were in that position where they feel like there is so much to learn in such little time. They never just expected for their career to just launch randomly. They had to work extremely, extremely hard to get to where they are now. And if they can even do it no matter how long they've been playing, because most of them have been playing for at least 15 years, then of course you can do it as well. And that kind of leads to my next point. When you do look at these other players, it's a really big thing of either setting extremely high standards or extremely low standards. Because if you think of it like this, if you think of some of your favorite players that are extremely, extremely good and super well versed in the instrument, you may think to yourself, oh man, I need to get that good soon, or else the guitar is not even worth it. There's no point on playing the guitar. And I think that's a really dangerous mindset to have, because you will get to that. You will 100% get to that point. It's inevitable if you're doing the right things and you're practicing every day. But it's not going to come overnight. Remember what I said, the guitar, it's a lifelong process of an instrument. There are things that you can do that will speed up the process drastically, and there are mistakes that a lot of people make with their practicing and with their repertoire and all that stuff, and that are halting them. But it is a long-term goal. Like if your favorite player is Eddie Van Halen, like how long has he been playing guitar? Since he was like 10. It's like, of course it's going to take a long time, and this applies to every guitarist you know. So when you have extremely low expectations, which I notice for a lot of people, so you're setting these low expectations because, oh, most people don't know theory. That's a huge one that I'm hearing all the time that I'm getting so sick of hearing. Or, oh, like the average player doesn't even know how to sweep pick, or the average player doesn't even know the notes on the fretboard. Like, why do I need to learn modes? It's like, why do I even have to care about that stuff? It's ridiculous, like I'll be good just learning a little bit here and there, and it's like, that's what's also going to really kill you, is because you should look at that as a little sliver in the road that you can get ahead of people with. If you think that most people don't know theory on the guitar, use that as motivation to know theory so that way you can get ahead of people. If you think that most people don't know how to sweep pick, learn how to sweep pick so that way you can jump the gun and get ahead of people. Work on your weaknesses. That's another huge, huge thing, is a lot of people on the guitar, when they start out, maybe for their first year, they learn a bunch of songs with power chords, open chords, maybe some riffs and stuff like that, maybe a few solos, and that's kind of where it stays. And then from there, the progress is just, it's either a straight line or it's maybe a little bit up. It's just a huge problem that you're never going to progress if you have that mindset. If I want to learn how to do pick slanting and I want to be really good at pick slanting, it's going to take a lot of time, but you can cut that time up and you can get a lot and you can get it done a lot faster if you do things properly and you practice properly. If you say, okay, I need to learn my music theory, right? and I'm like, oh no, oh my God, people are going to a university for music theory and it's going to take me too long and I can't do it. It's like, dude, you can chill. Whenever people go to a university, it's not just for music theory. It's a mix of so many different things with music. You can learn theory reasonably fast if you study the right things and you focus on the right things. It's not that bad, okay? The problem is when you start playing guitar, music theory is brushed aside. I know there's a lot of information out there for learning how to play stuff on the guitar, mostly with learning songs and with technique and stuff, but there's not really a lot of information on the right mindset to have when you learn how to play the guitar. Because I feel like a lot of people online are promising the wrong things and saying that, you can become a professional guitarist in 5 years. It's so rare. You need to look at this like, hey, I'm 15 and I just started playing guitar. By the time I'm 25, I want to be in a band and I want to be playing shows and I want to be able to shred pretty well. That's like a very, very good realistic goal. Having goals is a huge, huge, huge and super, super important thing. And that's another thing too, guys, is you need to enjoy the process and not wait for you to hit that goal. You should enjoy the fact that you're in this spot right now where you are trying to get that extra push of motivation means that there's something inside of you that still wants to give this thing an honest shot. There's still some part of you that really wants to be a professional musician or just be a really keen and awesome guitar player. Once you learn that solo, I know it feels really good. It's that accomplishment. You turn on the camera, you plug in the guitar, and you record it and you upload it to Instagram and get to show all your friends, and it's great. You should enjoy the process of when you started learning that solo. You should really enjoy the fact that your fingers are adjusting to new positions. You should enjoy the fact that your brain is adjusting to new spots on the fretboard, and the music theory behind it is something that you're understanding more and more every time you pick up the guitar. That is what's going to separate the mediocrity from the greats, okay? Is when you enjoy the process and you're motivated to learn new things all the time. When you're ready to take on challenges instead of brushing them aside and just working on the same stuff, that's what's going to kill you. That's what's going to really mess up your career. That's what's really going to halt your guitar playing. You need to be excited to take on new challenges on this instrument because that's what all the big dogs have been doing, and you should be doing it as well. Why am I not making progress? Am I doing any of the things in the video that I have said, and what can I do to stop doing that, or what can I do to get better at that? Okay, get yourself a teacher. If you want to take lessons with me, just hit me up. Okay, get yourself maybe a book, music theory book. Okay, tonal harmony, probably my favorite one. Or watch all my videos, especially my shorts. There's so much free information online, so you don't have to pay for anything, and things online are really going to help you. That's it for this video. It's a Friday morning. I'll upload this on probably Saturday, so tomorrow. And yeah, just next time, in the next video, hopefully we'll go over we'll go over some theory. I got some more videos planned for some exercises that you guys are going to work on, and I'll explain the theory with them as I always do. Just trying to make sure that everybody is on track and just having a really great time with the guitar. And don't forget to subscribe. You don't want to miss videos like this. It'll really help you out, and I'll see you guys next time.